Good evening, math team. It's me, Keith DeRosier, and over the course of the next couple of minutes, I'm going to talk you through the steps that you can take if you would like to use a mail merge to generate your test cover folders for the upcoming reading day. So, first thing that you'll need is you're going to need an Excel document that contains the name of all of your students that you teach in a particular course. Now, these students are actually Nick Link's pre-calculus students. In one column, I have their student ID. In one column, I have their first name. In the next column, I have their last name. Really, the most important pieces are going to be to have their first and last names. If you want to have last name, comma, first name, that's fine, but it is important that you have all of your students in one Excel file and you alphabetize the students correctly. So I'm going to alphabetize by first name and then by last name. So Francisco Abundes is at the top of the list. I've got my Excel file, and as long as this Excel file contains all of the students that I have for one particular course, that's all that I need here. Now we're going to go over to the Word document that your course facilitator should have sent to you. So I'm going to open up the pre-calculus cover sheet. And so this is what we're seeing on page 1, pre-calculus. I see the address block in row 1. In row 2, next record address block, and this goes on for several pages. I think there's 13 pages total. There's 10 records per page, so we're at least for pre-calculus, there's room to record up to 130 students in here. If you have the pleasure of teaching more than 130 students, then I would recommend that you scroll all the way to the very bottom. Oh, this one actually has 15 pages, but if you need more pages, just copy the entire page and paste it to another page. Do this for as many students as you need. Let's go back up to the top, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top ribbon here, and we're going to click on Mailings. We're going to select Recipients. This is where you're going to tell Microsoft Word where to get the data from. So we're going to use an existing list. I'm then going to have to browse over to where I left the Excel file. Here it is. It's the one titled Test File. I'm going to double click. It then gives you a list of the various tabs in that Excel file. This tab happens to be called Achievement Standards, so I'm going to click on that. Great. And now the next thing that we need to do is we need to define the address block. So we're going to go back up to the top ribbon here. We're going to click on Address Block. We're going to wait for a little second. And it gives me choices for how I want to display the names. Right, the example over here, it says Josh Randall Jr. That means that Francisco Abundes is going to show up as Francisco Abundes. But if I wanted to do, say, last name first or other things, I could go and I could modify the address block. Let's just go with Francisco Abundes. We're going to go down here and we're going to click Match Fields. We've got first name. We've got the last name. If you've set up your Excel file differently, your options might look a little bit different. Just click OK. Click OK again. That's not where I wanted it to be. Let's get rid of that. Sorry about that. So let me go back into row 1. It was address block. We're going to click OK. There we go. And let's just go up here and click Finish and Merge. And give it a second. And here we go. Now I've got Francisco Abundes, Rebecca Aguilar, Jeanette Alcantara, and so on and so on. I can see these all are in alphabetical order. I've got my first 10 here on page 1. And then I've got my next 10 on page 2, my next 10 on page 3, and so on and so on. I think Nick had a total of 58 students, maybe it was 60 students. Destiny York is the last student. At that point, I'm finished with the merge. I'm just going to go up here. I'm going to click File. I'm going to save it as something on my desktop. Maybe I just want to save this as Pre-Calculus Cover Sheets link. Click Save, and the only thing left to do once you've got this is you're going to print out the first 6 pages. At least in this case, it's the first 6 pages, and you're going to sort your tests into these folders, 10 tests to a folder, and bring that with you to reading day. I think that about does it. If anybody has any questions about the mail merge process, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, shoot me an email. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you at reading day.